Hi guys! So today I'm trying a new thing. It's going to be a new series. What I'm going to do is take zodiac signs and use the colors of each zodiac sign to create an eye look. I was going to do a full face just using those colors, but by some of these I'm just not going to be able to. And I don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible, but as easy to follow as possible. So I am starting off with Capricorn because it starts in it goes into January. So from what I've seen, now all of my information is coming from nowletsgetgoing.com. So this could be accurate, this could not be. Doesn't matter to me. So for Capricorn, for you to be a Capricorn, it's between December 22nd, if you were born between December 22nd and January 20th. And the colors for it are gray, navy, white, khaki, and black. So this is going to be very dark look. I'm going to do what I can to make this look wearable. So I'm debating whether I should do face first or eyes first. I might have to do eyes first in this one. Yeah, I'll do eyes first. It doesn't matter to me. So, I am taking the Maybelline Master Prime. I'm still trying this out from my Walmart run video. I think I've gotten the hang of it, so you don't need a lot. Like, that's all you need. Like, literally the tiniest amount. And it's like a silicone kind of thing. So it's like the P. Louise base, if you have that. If you don't, or you don't know what that is, you don't need the P. Louise base for this, but it's kind of like that same feel where you don't just swipe it, you pat it out, and it does better. Well, maybe you gotta swipe it and pat it a little bit, but you don't need a lot. Like, it's literally like, I didn't even add, I took the excess off of the paddle, and then like I just put it on my eyes, and then that was it. And I think that's how you're supposed to do it. That's what at least has worked for me so far. Okay, eyes are primed. So I am going to start with the khaki because it's the best color I have as a transition shade. And I'm going to take this one. This is from the BH Cosmetics It's My Ray palette. I think. It's My Ray palette. And I'm going to take the bronzer shade that's supposed to be for lighter skins, but it's too dark for me. I'm going to take that and use that as an eyeshadow. Depends on what brush I want to use. I'll just take this one from Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. Man. Yeah. And I'm going to put this in my crease. Just like so. And this is not going to show up on me. Okay. It's showing up very light, which I don't understand why, because whenever I do my eyeshadow with it, or not my eyeshadow, my contour with it, it seemed to be like way too orange and way too dark. And I'm trying to stay with the theme. Now blush and stuff, obviously I can't do. Like, I'm not trying that one. Khaki. Okay, I'm gonna try Pancake, which isn't as dark as it's showing up on camera. It's like a dark khaki color. And I'm just gonna tap a little bit into that and use that to bring out the khaki color in it. Now, when I was a host, because I used to be a host at a restaurant, I either had to wear khaki pants or black pants. Those are the only two I ever wore. And this, when I first saw this color scheme, I automatically thought work pants. That's the only thing I could think of was work pants. And I was like, oh my god, flashback. So I have it pretty blended. Not gonna take any more out of that. That palette was literally only for 2 colors. It's only for 2 colors, and that's it. I was not about to go in there and just... not happening. Okay, now I'm taking the Riviera palette, and I'm taking the white, putting it on this side. Putting this right under the brow, blending it. As you can tell. Sometimes I look at the mirror, sometimes I look up at the viewfinder. Not the viewfinder, but my phone screen instead of actually right here. Just to see how it looks on camera to make sure it's good enough. Okay, actually. Okay, I don't like how this khaki color is coming in. Like, you can't even see it, barely. So I'm going to take Cabana, which is like a mustardy kind of color. It's like a kayak. Or kayaky kind of thing. Whatever it is. I'm going to take that and blend it in. Just a tad bit, just to bring it out. Because I really want that to show, because when I go in with darker colors, it's going to fade. And I know it's going to fade, and I hate how I already know that. But it is what it is. I'm trying to remember what I have to use. Okay. Now here comes the hard part. I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but I'm gonna try. I have a navy colored eyeshadow, but it's a shimmer eyeshadow, which I'm not a fan of. But you know what? We're gonna do what we're gonna do. I already used white, I already used kayak. All I gotta do is use the gray, the black, and that's it, which I have ideas for. Don't worry, I have ideas for that. So, I'm gonna take this dark navy down here from the Beige Cosmetics Take Me Back to Brazil palette. I'm gonna put it on my brush. And as you can see, well, this is a dark brush, but it is on there. I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna put it halfway in and blend. Oh, that's not as pigmented as I thought. Okay, well, we'll just jam pack that on there. Actually, I'm going to take a different brush because that's not coming out as navy as I want it to be. Here we go. I'm going to take it on this little dome brush. This is the JH39 brush. And the other brush that I was just using is the JH40, which is Jaclyn Hill. Alright, now you can see it's on there. I'm going to take that and I'm going to blend it into my crease. This brush is kind of weird. I have used a lot of my brushes before I even started the channel. But this brush is like so weird because it's dome shaped, so like you want to get in that crease, but then it like, it's too precise. So I don't know what to do. Oh boy. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. This looks like a mess right now. But trust me, this look, any of these looks will look like a mess until the very end. Believe me in that. I just realized I was out of the camera. This is definitely not a blending brush. Like, this is a basically like color stamp brush. Okay, come on now. I'm kind of glad that this is more of a matte now. If you can't tell on camera, it is turning more matte than a shimmer. Which I kind of appreciate because, you know, it's a pain to have shimmers in your crease. I was going to be really creative, but I don't have the creativity for it right now. I was going to do like the horns of the sheep or ram or whatever it is. You know, I'm actually kind of glad I did eyes first because all that fallout is just going to be ignored, which I appreciate. Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna have to bring that navy up because my eyes are hooded, even though they don't look hooded. Like, even with certain eye looks, I have to bring them up. And I hate to do that, but because I just totally messed up my idea. This is hard. This is a lot harder than what I thought it would be. So now I'm gonna take a gray, and I do have a gray in this palette. It's the Beauty Treats Colorful palette. They don't have names, so it's not a lot I could do about that. And I think I am gonna go back in with that crease brush, the J40. And I'm gonna take the gray. It is pretty dark, so I might have to lighten it up with white. So I'm gonna take this and put it right above where that navy is. In between where the navy is and where the tan color is. And to kind of blend the navy and the tan color together. This is going to need a lot of blending. Now I'm going to take the white from the Beauty Treats palette and blend it above that into the tan color. And then going back in with that tan color, the one from the Riviera palette, Cabana. And I'm going to blend everything together and kind of try to make this look good because it's looking like a muddy mess right now. Actually surprised I don't have a navy blue in here. Okay. So right now, there's a lot of fallout. It looks like this. The gray kind of blended with the navy, but it's okay. That's fine. You know, it is what it is. I am, however, going to go back in with that white and fix it up. And blend it a little more. This has so much fallout. Oh my god. I don't even want to look at that right now. It looks like a mess as I'm dropping brushes everywhere. Wonderful. Okay. Navies and blacks, very hard to work with. So I took on the challenge. I'm gonna do this. It's gonna look good. At least I hope. And I'm just looking right now. Actually, that doesn't look too bad. I might add just a tiny bit more navy just so the blue is there. I'm gonna add it to the outer corner. Okay. I have an idea. I don't know how well it's going to work though, because I don't really have a light gray, but I have a silver. I don't know if I want to use it or not, because I feel like that would be kind of cheating. Forget it. I'm going to use the silver because this needs some pizzazz. And technically I've used the colors, all of the colors. Yeah, I have. I use gray, I use navy, I use white, I use kayaki, and I'm getting ready to use black. So yeah, why not? Technically I've used them all. And besides, this eye look is going to be super dark. And I really want this to have some kind of blending. Not blending, some kind of pizzazz. And now, for the black, I am going to be using the ITSMYRAYERAYE palette because this has one of the most pigmented blacks I've ever used. So I'm just going to do one tap, and I mean like it's coated. And I'm going to put this in a very, very, very outer V. Not into the crease, just the very outer V, and just like a touch of it. In the outer and inner V. Inner corner, whatever you call it, and the outer V. I'm going to use this and darken that because I'm doing a halo eye. So that's why there's a little space in the middle. And I don't want this to be too overwhelming. Excuse me for that. Jeez. I'm just coughing up everywhere, man. I'm going back in with the navy and I'm blending it towards the middle a little more. I gotta fix this side. This has a ton of fallout, so here we go. Okay, going back in with the Anastasia brush. I have no extra product or anything on it. And I'm gonna Give me just a minute. Okay, I apologize for that. I have no idea where that's coming from. Kind of irritates me a little bit, but that's okay. Taking the kayak deck of I'm gonna blend this out one last time before I add the silver. Just to make it a little better. And to blend it so it doesn't look so harsh. The key with working with dark colors is you really want them blended out. And they are hard to blend, so I think that's the color I want to use. Yeah! Okay. I'm going to take Seaside, which is this pretty silver here. I'm going to take this on my finger. Ooh, these are soft. Okay, so it's like that. Gotta take some 6+ in Lavender, or whatever. Fine setting mist. Your choice. And I'm gonna put this right on my eyelid. Ooh, that's pretty. And it doesn't matter if you cover up the navy or the black, because you can always just go back in and get some more. Okay, going in this side. Oh, that's like a gunmetal silver. Ooh, I like that. I mean, that is super pretty. I mean, you can tell. I'll put the light on it in a minute, but it's super pretty. I might put that on my whole lid. Because why not? Ooh. I like that a lot. So you can see my stomach's growling. That's pretty. Okay. That was a good choice. I'm playing like musical eyeshadow palettes because I'm going through so many of them. Okay, I'm going back in with the navy. I'm going to put it on this outer edge here. Kind of swirl it a little bit. This inner edge here. Same on this side, just taking it very lightly, putting the navy on there, on the outer and inner corner. I kind of run my brush through the crease just to make sure it's blended at the top too. Okay. Now, taking the black. Putting that right on the edge. Okay, so even though I've already used the colors, technically the silver kind of turned more gray. So I did use all of the colors that I did say I was going to use. I'm not feeling too hot today, if you haven't noticed. And I'm a little upset by it. Because normally I'm not like this. So, all of these can go back in here. Everything's pretty much blended except for this. I'm going to take this brush real quick and blend it out. I'm gonna take a white and blend out under my brow and everything. Okay. Now that we have that settled, I'm going to take my brush and clean up all the fallout under my eyes. All the shenanigans from underneath my eyes. Okay. Oh, now, 26 minutes later, I'm gonna leave this over here to the side for later. These two. Oh, okay. Finally, onto the face. So, for my primer, I'm using the Hangover primer. I'm starting to love this stuff. I did try, or I have been trying the hard candy one. That one's one of my favorites too. I do love them both equally. I just need to use up a lot of them. It doesn't help that this eye look brings out my under eyes. My under eyes, this is not eyeshadow, this is what they actually look like. But when you add dark colors on top, it just brings them out more. Not a fan. For concealer, I'm taking the Milani Conceal and Perfect. I'm still trying this one out. I still love it. I'm still trying it out just to make sure, like, it doesn't break me out. So far, it hasn't broken me out. I can't get over how thick this is. Like, it is thick, thick, thick. Okay. It still smells good. Woo! Okay, everything decided to fall on me. Wonderful. Today's just not my day. I'm having one of those days. I'm really irritated that that just fell for no reason. I have to fix the light because my lighting isn't good in here as it is, and so I have to fix it. So the problem with doing my eyes first is I have to be careful when I go across here. And this is when I'm like, Kaylee, you should have done your eyes last. But I figure for this one, in case people want to do, especially since I want to make this a series, I figure if people just already have everything else done and they just want to do the eyes, so be it. Or what I'll do, if it just becomes too much trouble, I'll do my face ahead of time. And then I'll go ahead and like leave a timestamp of when I start on my eyes. Which might be better. Okay, that's blended enough. Now that everything literally fell over. Okay, so for concealers, I'm using the Fenty Beauty in the shade 100. And I'm also going to use the Colourpop in Fair. .00, which is basically white. And I'm going to use these concealers to kind of clean up the edges and do my under eyes and whatever I need to do. And if I have to go back for my eyes, I will. I am trying to edit more in my videos. I'm not going to be editing out content anytime soon. I did do a little bit of a cut in my setup tour because it just wasn't, I didn't like how that little bit ended up. So what I did is I did cut that part out. I just didn't like how it ended up. It was me saying something and I was kind of just rambling on. And it was really stupid. And I just didn't think it was good enough. So I did change that. I totally forgot that with this foundation, everything dries faster. I have places to go. I don't have time for this. Today has just been one of those days where it's just been a bad day. And I'm kind of just done and ready for it to be over with, but I know I have to get stuff done. So I'll just have to get over myself and deal with it. Okay, going with the Colourpop concealer. Gonna brighten up these under eyes because I'm gonna need it. I have used this concealer a million times, and to this day, I honestly believe it's one of the best ones I've used other than Shape Tape. Shape Tape's just too, it's a good formula, but then as it wears on throughout the day, it dries up on me. And I look like someone just sucked the air out of my under eyes. But some days I can combat it, some days I can't. Like the other video that I did. I think it was, I can't remember which one it was. It might have been the one. In one of my videos I used Shape Tape. And it looked good that day. I can't remember what I did, but I did something and it looked really good. Okay. On to powder. It's Fenty Beauty and Lavender. My usual. And I did put the little cap. It comes with like a travel cap. So the powder doesn't go everywhere. I have decided to put that on there. Because in my drawer, I'm running out of room to put my powders, so I had to put that on there and kind of squeeze it in. Putting this on my dry sponge, putting it right in my under eyes, or under my eyes, not in my under eyes. We wouldn't want that. That's not fun. And I figured because one of the colors was white, I figured I will want this to be bright white. and to kind of fix this. Now I do kind of drag this down a little, and I am going to pack this into my creases, the sides of my nose, into my smile lines, because this powder just seems to be more flexible than my other powders. Go smile a little bit, get it in there. I'll be going back over it, so it's not that big of a deal. Because my next powder, after I get rid of all this powder that's on my sponge, okay, putting the lid back on that. My next powder is the Maybelline Shine Free powder that I tried in my Walmart video. I am still testing it. I'm testing it with a whole bunch of different foundations, so I know exactly what to use this powder for. I am putting this in my, oh my goodness. So far, it seems to be working well with just about anything. It is very yellow toned, which I am a bit concerned about because a lot of my stuff is not yellow toned. So I'm hoping that maybe this goes to a neutral. I'm hoping. And so I'm just packing this on. Maybe one of my zodiac signs looks will be perfect. Not perfect. I mean, as far as the concept, because this one so far I'm not a fan of. I also don't like how dark it is. Like, Capricorns are not this dark. My dad's a Capricorn. It's not dark or mean or anything. I don't know why they have such dark colors. My concept of the colors was that they have like the work pants colors because they're so hardworking. I can't say that about all Capricorns, but I know my dad is the hardest worker I've ever seen. And he wears khakis all the time. Khaki color pants. Never have I seen him wear black. Never have I seen him wear navy blue. That's what I just think. Okay, I'm gonna let that sit for a minute. Now, looking at the eyes, they look pretty good, so I'm not really worried about that. I'm gonna move my sponges over here because we don't need them anymore because we already did our face. Or at least I did. If you're still with me, then we did our face, I'm guessing. If you're at that point. I'm gonna go ahead and do brows while I let this sit. So I'm using the Total Temptations Maybelline Brow Definer in the shade Deep Brown. And I'm using this for my eyebrows. I am going to be wearing this makeup all day, so I still have time. Okay, I'm going to use the spoolie end and blend it. I have started liking this end, the little round part, the round spoolie idea, because now that I notice my brows, I mean, they've always been uneven, but now that I notice it, it doesn't look as like harsh, and I kind of like this brow stuff, brow definer. Oh my goodness, my hands are so dry. It's spring, but it feels like winter. And my hands have been so dry. Like, I don't know what to use. I've used lotion, all different kinds of lotions. My last resort was the Gold Bond Ultimate Healing lotion. That's been my last resort because I just can't. It's just too... I hate it. I hate having dry skin in general. Okay, where did I put that brush? I have an idea. But I have to do my under eyes first. I don't think I have it in here. Unless it's up here. Yep, here it is. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do something different with my eyes. Okay. Need to wipe this off. I feel like my dark circles are so bad. Like, I have tried everything. Like, I use concealer to cover them, but some days it's just like it doesn't want to cover up. That's why I do my under eyes so dark. Because I just can't do. I can't do it. And I have powder on my shirt. So for my under eyes, like under my waterline, I'm going to take the khaki color and use that. I am going to find a more wearable way of putting this on. So you can wear it out like more wearable. Because right now this is really dark even though I have the silver. Like on camera it's not showing up how beautiful that silver is. But I am going to find a way. Okay. Now I'm just going to add just a touch. Just a teeny tiny little bit of that navy. And put that in the outer part of my eye. Just like that. Yeah. Okay, that's it. Because for my waterline, I have to find the sleeve. For my waterline, I'm going to put in white to bring out my eyes and to make this more wearable. Because if I put black, it's going to be too dark, too gross. For white, it's going to brighten it up, and then it might even, you know, I kind of really like how it is. But I feel like my waterline, because it's like a peachy pink, it's not going to look as good. So, and I really want this to try and look good. As I'm putting away all my powders. To make room. So now I'm not knocking stuff over like I was earlier. Okay. So for my waterline, I'm taking the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in the shade Milk, which is basically the white. I'm going to put this in my waterline. Take my sponge. Okay. Okay. That actually worked out a lot better than what I thought it did. Or that it would. So, okay. Mascara. Whatever. Oops. Gonna curl my lashes. Because I need to be curled. Okay. I'm going to take the Big Barrel Bang mascara, whatever, whatever you want to call it, and put those on my lashes, upper and lower. I don't know why I said it like that. God, ignore me, I'm very tired. When I get tired, I come up with the stupidest things. It's so annoying. I'm trying to get whatever it is in my eye out of my eye. Okay. For my bronzer, I am going to be using my Physician Formula Butter Bronzer. It's a kayaki color. I am putting this on first before blush, because since this is one of the colors for Capricorns, I want this to be more apparent, not the blush. Ooh. This looks really dark on camera. It's not that dark. I swear it's not that dark. It's not that dark. Okay. Moving on to blush. I am using the Maxi blush from Rimmel that I tried in my Walmart video. I happen to really like this. Like, this is actually really good blush. And I really like the color. Like, it's just like that perfect peach color for my skin tone. Don't you worry, that bronze is in there to show off. I'm not liking how this is starting to come together. For some reason, my makeup looks good some days more than others. I don't know. I've given up on trying to fix it. I'm going to take the pressed powder foundation from BareMinerals in the shade Pharaoh 1. And I'm going to put this on the back. Chill this out a little bit. It's too soft. I'm going to kind of blush over this a little bit. Kind of merge those two together. So I'm taking some of the powder, putting it over the bronzer. It's gonna look as good as it gets. I just have stopped caring. Alright, I gotta recurl my lashes. For some reason, it's just not holding up. My lashes have been so stubborn. They don't want to curl, they don't want to stay curled, they want to be complicated. So I'm just going to leave them alone today and not add lashes. Shocker. So for highlight, I am going to take OFRA highlighter Glazed Donut, which is my normal. I use it all the time, like all the time. That's why there's a big giant hole in it. I'm going to use this. I try to do an all matte look, like no highlighter kind of thing. I just felt like not adding highlighter that day, and it looked good for a little bit, and then throughout the day it looked a lot worse. So I was like, never again. I am adding a lot of highlight because I'm not having like the bright, colorful kind of look like I normally do. So I have stuff under my eyes. I don't know if that is fallout or what. That looked terrible. Anyway, I'm trying to add more highlight because I don't have the bright and colorful eye looks to kind of cover it up. So that's why I'm using this. I mean, it's not a bad look. Like, given the options I had, I think I did a really good job. Not to brag, because I am not the person to brag. But I think I did pretty good. I'm going to take the BECCA highlighter in Pearl. And I'm going to use this over top of Glazed Donut. I'm also going to put this in the inner corner because I just feel like that would bring out my eyes more. Okay, that's not packing on the punch like I want to do. Actually, I'll use Glazed Donut because that's not packing the punch I want. That's better. It didn't look like much of a difference on camera, but in person it looks like a lot of a difference. So, ooh, shook my mirror. Okay. Now, this actually might be one of my shorter tutorials, which I'm surprised by. But I kind of had like a plan ahead time kind of thing. So, I mean, it looks really pretty. I actually really like it. Okay, for lips, I am using the Maybelline Matte Ink in the shade Driver, which is one of their nudes. But this is like a straight up kayaki color. Like it's basically tan, but it fits me pretty good, so I am going to use this. Look kind of like the Grinch. Dang, those are some big bottom lips. Okay. We have to match upper lips. Hmm. I normally don't overline my lips, but that actually looks really cute. Well, this side's a little wonky. Huh. Okay. It's as even as they're gonna get. Those are some big lips. So I did kind of layer this on a lot, so it's gonna take a little bit to dry. But that's okay, because I'm going in with setting spray. So I'm going in with Urban Decay All Nighter. Oh, it's gonna be a pain. My table shaking, so if you hear that in the background, that's just my table. It's no big deal to me. I just have to be careful about the lamps. Okay. Next, I'm actually going to take something a little different. I'm going to take the Milani Make It Dewy setting spray. And I used to use this a lot. Like, there's like a little bit left. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this up. So I'm gonna just, let me see. It's supposed to hydrate, illuminate, and set. Okay. Definitely makes your skin dewy. But it does smell really good. It smells like watermelon perfume. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It smells really good. That's basically what I'm saying. Okay. Now, on to the natural light test. Oh my god. Okay. So, I'm gonna try to flip it this way. Even though you don't need to see me this way. Whoops. Trust me, it's not pretty, but it's the look. See? It's not as bad as I thought it was. Yeah, it actually turned out a lot better than what I was expecting. So, you know, that's cool. So, that is it for the video. I'm turning my phone up, so if you're watching this on YouTube, it's gonna look weird. I'm hoping to do more soon. I'm definitely gonna do other videos in between those, but we will see. So I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I'll see you next time.